This video is for you if
you are new to camping, if you are a city folk, if you are a beginner and you are really looking for some tips, you've watched a lot of videos, you know about all of the gear, but you're interested in some other unconventional tips that you haven't heard before, keep watching. Hey y'all, I'm Yves.
I'm Darrell.
So the nuts and bolts parts of camping, the parts of camping that are about the equipment and the things you do and the hard skills you have are just one element of camping. There's the other elements of camping, I think, that are the quote unquote soft skills of camping that I think a lot of time I needed guidance with, and other people have come to me and I've seen that they need guidance with some of those things as well. I think there's a whole other host of considerations that have to do with your psychological preparedness for camping. So that leads me to point number one, which is to be humble but not intimidated. So the entire world, all of the aura that has been created around the idea of camping has become very inflated. I mean, there are a million YouTube videos on camping. I mean, we're one of them. Yes, thank you for watching.
Subscribe,
And like and share. But, you know,
positive comments.
my spirit can only handle so much. But yes, I know that there is a lot of information about camping around there. There are stores that are about camping, have whole camping sections, camping, there's an entire world that has been created, a whole mythology that has been created, if you will, around camping. It's easy to look at all this stuff around you and look at all these people who have all this experience in camping and who are authoritative figures on camping, who are telling you stuff about camping like we are right now, and get kind of overwhelmed and intimidated by it all. I'm here to say that we had to start somewhere too. I wasn't born into this whole camping shenanigan. All of that has been created around camping is not all completely necessary. Like, camping is a lot simpler than all of the videos and all of the hacks and all of the experts may make it seem. It can be like very intimidating to see other people who are seemingly experts or pros at camping and they know exactly what they're doing. And there's one level where you can look at those people and you'll be like, I'm not there. So I have all this stuff. I'm just starting. I'm new to it. I am way behind. I mean, that's kind of how I felt when we started camping. Like I could have been doing this a long time ago. And there are so many people who have been doing this since they were born, basically, because their family members brought them into this fold. They indoctrinated them into it early on. And I didn't have all that. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I have so much to learn and it can be overwhelming and intimidating. But it shouldn't be, it will be, it might be, but it doesn't have to be. You can choose to look at all of the people who might have more experience than you as resources for you to learn more about camping. And it's okay for you to be a beginner. It's okay for you to be bad at certain things. It's okay for you not to be an athlete camper. It's okay for you not to be a camper with all of the fancy and ritzy gear, because you really don't even need to have all that. Try not to be intimidated and instead be humble. And we'll get to that humble point in a second. But Darrell, do you have anything to say about the intimidation factor?
Yeah, I would say to first figure out what you're comfortable with. There's many styles of camping, so I would say if you're somewhat intimidated, start in your own backyard. If you have a backyard or a friend's backyard, cousin's backyard, whoever, camp in your backyard and see if that even works for you. You know, see if just camping in your backyard with a tent and maybe a blow-up mattress. If you don't have a cot, which you don't need, you can just have a blow-up mattress. Many people have them. Even if not, depending on where you're at in the country or what country you're in, it might just be nice enough where you just need a few blankets, really, and a pillow. So do it that way and then expand from there. But start small, in short, and then expand. So maybe start off in your backyard or a friend's backyard, and then you go to a state park, and then you go to a national park, or you go backcountry camping further down the road. I think that's a great way to wet your feet and dip your toes in this large body of camping water. Realize that you can do it and that you are highly capable. You know, people doubt themselves when they're not used to certain things, especially in the outdoor sector. And it is achievable and it's very close and attainable for people. And if you live in America, uh, you're blessed because there's plenty of open land and spaces for camping that you can go in. There's plenty of maps, trails, forums dedicated to camping that provide a lot of great information.
Yes, I have an agreement and I have a counter to that because I think that is a great actionable tip for you actually alleviating your intimidation because you're taking it in steps. So then you start to build your confidence. I think that is a great point for that. On the counter side of that, I just say be mindful when you're doing the seeking resources in these kinds of videos and on forums and all of the information, because there can be a point where you get a little paralyzed by all of the information, a little overwhelmed by everything. And there has to be a point where you actually step your toes into the thing. So I will say, make sure that information that he is saying to gather so that you have more resources and more knowledge, that you are also taking the steps in real life. So you need the theory and the practice at the same time.
Yeah, take action.
Yes, exactly. Both of those things together can, don't just be stuck in the research land, be out in the real land too.
Get started.
Get started. That is the most important thing because, I mean, what are we even here for? Why are you watching this video about camping if you're not going to camp?
Maybe they're just like us, which is cool. But we would love if you actually go camping and then tell us about it.
And the be humble part is be humble because there's going to be things that you don't know because you're a beginner. So a level of humility is necessary because you're going to have a learning curve. And that learning curve may be rough because you are sleeping outside and you might not be used to that. And you are fussing with gear that you might not be used to. And humility
It's important.
it'll save your ego a little bit if you go into it knowing that you will make mistakes. So while on one end of the spectrum, you shouldn't be, or you can try not to be, I suggest trying not to be intimidated. On the other end of the spectrum, don't go in there overconfident, arrogant in any way. Just try to be humble and accept advice when solicited.
But please, please don't be that person who is like, I am the know-it-all. I am the resident expert in this group that I am leading, and you're not, because you're not. So you know who you are. Internalize that. Let that sit, simmer, and play it cool. Be humble.
Yeah.
Our nature will humble you.
Nature will humble you, and we have been humbled before, and we will make another video about how we have been humbled before and mistakes that we have made camping. So look for that soon. Yeah, that's a good point of being prepared helps you be humble and not intimidated more, right?
Yes.
Because you know what you can do and what you can't do. So
Yes.
yeah.
The more knowledge you have, the more prepared you will be. And where do you go to get that knowledge? Right here.
You're so unserious.
Okay.
So this is point number 2, and that's to remember that camping is human nature. Camping has become this conceptualized thing that you have a section for in stores. There are specific stores that you go to get your camping gear. A certain kind of person has to do it. You have to be athletic. You have to go to a certain kind of place. If you do it this way, you're not really camping. If you do it another way, you are really camping. And there has been this box created around camping. But the reality is that camping is really just human nature. Like, it's kind of step one. Like, you come out the womb and we've been socialized into all of these different parts of society. But camping is you're sleeping outside in a tent. Maybe not in a tent. Maybe you're just sleeping under a tarp and on a sleeping pad. And that's considered camping too. I mean, we have a rooftop tent on the Jeep that we sleep in and consider that camping. And we've also backpacked, where we carry a backpack and we put all of our gear in it and we go to backcountry campsites. And that's another kind of camping. So camping is human nature. It's not surgery. It's not some super technical, refined, and highly specific and erudite skill that you have to learn. And if you're living, if you're existing, then you're capable of learning how to camp.
Yeah, and if you're a part of a nomadic tribe, traveling some forest or the Great Plains somewhere, camping would just be normal to you. It would just be your
Yeah.
life. And there's many styles to it. There's many different ways you can do it. As long as you are committed to camping, there's a style for you.
I mean, even though it's human nature, not everybody will necessarily want to camp. I mean, they might want to be in their 1,200 square foot, 600 square foot, I don't know, apartment or home, wherever that is, and they might never want to be outside. They might never want to sleep outside. I think
Yeah,
we know some people like that.
we know plenty of people like that.
Yeah, so it's your choice. You still have discretion. You still have discernment that you're able to make in what you actually want to do, but it's not, it's basic. Like it is, don't let anybody tell you that it is something that you don't have access to, no matter where you're from, no matter what your skin color is, no matter what your educational level is. If you want to do it, you can do it. And it's part of who you are. It's part of your substance. It's part of your essence to be in connection with nature. This is what you came from. And I don't have to get too woo woo
The
here.
world is yours.
The world is yours.
Yeah. Go enjoy the outdoors. In this day and age, more people are connected to these devices. Please, please detach yourself from that as much as you can and go touch grass. Okay? Go for a walk, go camping. It's important.
I just want to say, I know Darrell just said that, but I really can't stand the saying touch grass. I mean, I can't stand
Touch
it.
grass.
It's corny to me, but I'm in alignment with the sentiment of going outside in whatever way you can. And this brings us to point number three, whatever way you do it. And that's to treat difficult moments as sacred moments. So I know that I said that I wasn't going to get woo woo just now, but I don't care because it is who I am. And I think that is also part of this because you will have difficult moments. You'll have moments that are not fun. I like challenge. I really love to be challenged. I thrive being challenged. And you're going to have moments that challenge you. So great for you. If you like those moments, you'll have them. If you don't, then you'll have to get through them because they will happen. Like it is inevitable that, it's going to rain when you don't want it to rain. You're going to have trouble getting to a campsite. You're going to get to a campsite in the dark. It's going to be super cold. I would advise you to consider treating those moments as sacred moments. I think for us in our own spiritual practice, we have a practice that teaches us to honor contentment and teaches us to recognize the struggle that comes from just literally being a human being in the world. And you are still a human being in the world when you're camping. I
Yeah.
just will take a breath and try to root into feelings that really ground me when I am camping and having a difficult time. And in general in life, I really love to tap back into awe around me. That is a skill that comes in handy a lot for me when I am camping and in nature. Is that okay, it's raining, but like look at this beautiful place that's around me and look at the fact that I even get to be here right now. And I know that I said camping is accessible, but it can also be a luxury because it might take time. You might have to have a car to get to a place. There are other resources that might be required for you to spend time in a place. So I try to tap back into awe, feel inspired by my surroundings when I'm going through a difficulty, and like look at awe for myself because look at what I'm capable of. And I find that to be helpful when I am having a difficult moment. I can turn it into a sacred one.
Yeah, guys, you're gonna have to, as they say, accept the suck because it's coming whether you like it or not. Whether you try to light a fire or you have the fire lit and then the sky opens up and it starts raining, it's gonna suck, and you're gonna be like, dang, I had a great fire that it took me, 20 minutes to build or whatever, and then it rains, and then you're like, well, this sucks, and realize that that's okay and that's part of the process sometimes. Or you'll get there and it's cold and you forgot your favorite blankets or favorite jacket and you're like, crap, I kind of screwed up on this one. But that happens. That's okay. You know,
Yeah.
that's part of the process. And next time you'll remember to make yourself a nice big old checklist like we have. And you won't forget it next time, hopefully. Just be thankful that you're able to travel, even if it's locally to a state park or just your backyard even. Be gracious and realize that everything won't always go as planned.
And be strong to the level that you're capable of being in that moment, because there is always the opportunity to leave a situation. Of course, you always have that. And remember that you have options in a situation, you have choices, but stick it out if you can. Stick it out. If you're telling yourself, if your brain is telling you it's time for me to run, but you know you're capable of still sticking it out, maybe this is a moment where you can show yourself how much fortitude you have. And it's not for anybody else, it's just for you. So this moment can also be an opportunity for you to, up your strength level. What do they call it in video games? When the
Level
little
up.
meter, when the meter goes up on your strength source.
You just level up.
Oh, you level up.
Yeah.
It might be an opportunity for you to level up. So yeah, find the divine in the difficulty. And there are plenty of opportunities for it when you're camping. I realize the irony of you watching this video right now where we're telling you to go outside. So it would be ideal if you're watching this while you're already outside. And then at a certain point, you got to put the phone down or the iPad down or whatever you have. Yeah, we want you to be outside, period. So you have made it to the end of the video. Welcome and congratulations, because you just learned a lot and you are off onto a grand adventure. I'm proud of you already. All right. So if you got value out of this video, if you learned something from this video, if you've gotten tips from this video that you haven't heard in other places, let other people know about it. We want as many people as possible to enjoy the outdoors and to camp. Leave us a comment. Let us know how you feel about camping. Let us know any areas where you might have struggled or any areas where you would like increased confidence or where this video has given you more confidence. Let us know. We would love to talk to you.
Pass this video to your auntie, grandma, cousin, brother.
Okay.
They all need to know that we're here and we're outside, your people.
And if you don't have family members, you can pass it to friends, colleagues,
Friends, colleagues,
associates,
foes. Share this video with your
Foes.
biggest ops. Do it today. Left, right, center. Share the video with them.
Click the bell below so that you get notified whenever we have a new video coming up.
Hit that bell.
Bye. See you next
That
time.
bell.
Bye.
That
Bye.
bell.
Just wave. Bye.
All right, bye.